every single day. Parents all over America are doing the same thing, setting a timer every 30 minutes, sitting their toddler on the potty, offering stickers, offering candy, offering anything, pleading, bribing, waiting, and their toddler completely refuses, holds it in, has an accident the moment they put the diaper back on, or just looks at them like they have lost their mind. And the parent thinks, what am I doing wrong? Why is this so hard? Why won't my child just do this? Here is the answer that is going to completely change how you approach potty training. You are not doing it wrong. But the approach most parents use, the one plastered all over Pinterest and mommy blogs, is working against your toddler's brain instead of with it. And once you understand what your toddler's brain actually needs to master this skill, potty training stops being a battle and starts being a process. Stay with me, because what I am about to share is going to make the next few weeks look completely different.
Section 1. The brain science of potty training.
Here is what nobody tells you about potty training. It is not a behavioral skill, it is a neurological one. Before a toddler can successfully use the potty, 3 very specific neurological systems need to be sufficiently developed. First, interoception, the ability to feel internal body signals, to sense that the bladder is full before it is too late. Second, inhibitory control, the ability to pause a physical urge long enough to get to the potty. Third, working memory, the ability to remember the potty routine mid-play and act on it. These 3 systems, interoception, inhibitory control, and working memory, are all housed in the prefrontal cortex. The same prefrontal cortex that is the last part of the human brain to fully develop, which means no matter how many sticker charts you make, no matter how many times you sit them on that potty, if these 3 neurological systems are not sufficiently developed, potty training will not stick. You cannot force neurological development, but you can absolutely support it. And that is exactly what we are going to talk about today. The 5 real readiness signs. Before we talk about the method, we need to talk about readiness, because starting before your toddler's brain is ready does not speed up potty training. Research consistently shows it makes the entire process significantly longer and more stressful for everyone. Here are the 5 real readiness signs, and none of them are about age. Sign 1, staying dry for at least 2 hours at a stretch. This shows the bladder is developing the capacity to hold. Sign 2, showing awareness of going, pausing, squatting, going to a corner, telling you after the fact. This is interoception coming online. Sign 3, showing interest in the bathroom, following you in, asking questions, wanting to flush. Sign 4, being able to pull pants up and down independently. The physical motor skill needs to be there. Sign 5, being able to follow 2-step instructions. This shows the working memory and language systems are sufficiently developed. If your toddler is showing 3 or more of these signs, their brain is telling you it is ready. That is your green light. If they are not showing these signs yet, no method in the world will make potty training easy. Wait, the window will open. Why forcing backfires? The neuroscience. Now let's talk about why forcing. Bribing, pressuring, expressing disappointment, making it a big deal, actively makes potty training harder. When a toddler feels pressure around potty training, their stress response activates, cortisol rises, the nervous system goes into a mild threat state. And here is the neurological problem with that. The prefrontal cortex, the very part of the brain responsible for interoception, inhibitory control, and working memory, functions significantly worse under stress. So every time you express frustration at an accident, every time potty time feels like a battle, every time your toddler senses that this is a high-stakes situation, their brain becomes less capable of doing the very thing you need it to do. Pressure creates cortisol. Cortisol impairs the prefrontal cortex. Impaired prefrontal cortex makes potty training harder. It is a neurological loop that gets tighter every time force is applied. The opposite is also true. A relaxed, low-pressure, playful approach keeps cortisol low, keeps the prefrontal cortex online, and creates the neurological conditions in which learning happens fastest. This is not soft parenting. This is brain science. The method, what actually works. All right, let's get practical. Here is the approach that works with your toddler's brain instead of against it. Step 1. Introduce without expectation. Before you start training, spend 1 week simply normalizing the potty. Let your toddler sit on it fully clothed. Read books about it. Let them flush. Let them watch you use the bathroom. Answer questions without making it a big deal. You are building familiarity without pressure. The brain learns best when it feels safe and curious, not threatened. Step 2. Choose a 3-day window intentionally. Pick 3 consecutive days where you can be fully home. No big outings, no schedule pressure. On day 1, go diaper-free from the beginning of the day. Stay in easy-to-clean areas of the home. Watch for readiness signals. The pause, the squat, the face. The moment you see the signal, calmly and quickly bring them to the potty. No rushing, no alarm in your voice. Step 3. Respond to accidents without emotion. This is the hardest part for most parents, and the most neurologically important. When an accident happens, and it will happen, your response is everything. Not, oh no, you had an accident, we need to go in the potty. Instead, oh, pee came out. Let's clean up and try the potty next time. Flat, calm. Matter of fact, no disappointment, no frustration, no big reaction in either direction. The brain encodes shame as threat, and threat shuts down the prefrontal cortex. Keep the nervous system calm and learning stays online. Step 4. Celebrate the process, not just the result. When your toddler sits on the potty, celebrate that. Even if nothing happens, you sat on the potty. That is so great. You are learning. When something does happen, celebrate warmly, but not explosively. Big over-the-top reactions can actually create performance anxiety in some toddlers. Warm, genuine, calm. Positive reinforcement. Step 5. Regression is normal. Respond with connection, not correction. Almost every toddler regresses at some point. A new sibling, starting daycare, a big transition. Regression is not failure. It is the brain's stress response redirecting resources away from newly learned skills. Respond with connection, with patience, with the understanding that the skill is still there. The nervous system just needs to feel safe again. Let me bring it all together. Potty training is neurological, not behavioral. You cannot force it. You can support it. Wait for the 5 real readiness signs before starting. Keep cortisol low. Because pressure impairs the exact brain systems potty training requires, introduce without expectation. Go diaper-free intentionally. Respond to accidents with 0 emotion. Celebrate the process. And respond to regression with connection. That is the complete picture. Here is what I want to leave you with. If potty training has felt like a battle in your house, it is not because your child is stubborn. It is not because you are doing it wrong. It is because the approach most parents are taught works against the brain instead of with it. You now know differently, and knowing differently changes everything. Start with the readiness signs. If your toddler is showing them, try the 5 steps this weekend if they are not showing them yet. Give yourself and your toddler the gift of waiting. That window will open. And when it does, with the right approach, it will happen so much faster than you think. Now I want to hear from you. Where are you in the potty training journey right now? Just starting? In the thick of it? Already through it and wishing you had known this sooner? Drop it in the comments, just 1 word or 1 sentence. I genuinely want to know where you are. And if this video shifted something for you, please hit that like button right now. 1 tap helps another exhausted parent find this at exactly the right moment. If you are not subscribed, do it now and hit the bell. Every single week, I bring you honest, science-backed, zero-judgment tools for the toddler years. You are doing the work of understanding your child's brain. That is extraordinary parenting. I will see you in the next one.